On this video we're taking a look at our NBA team and total picks for the games that are happening on Sunday, April 10, 2022. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Orlando Magic vs Miami Heat. Orlando Magic plus 12. And here is why. The Miami Heat are averaging 109.5 points on 46.5% shooting and allowing 105.2 points on 44.5% shooting. Jimmy Butler is averaging 21.3 points and 5.5 assists, while Tyler Herro is averaging 20.6 points and 5 rebounds. Bam Adebayo is the third double-digit scorer, and Kyle Lowry is grabbing 4.5 rebounds. The Miami Heat are shooting 37.7% from beyond the arc and 80.8% from the free throw line. The Miami Heat are allowing 33.9% shooting from deep and are grabbing 43.8 rebounds per game. The Miami Heat have won the Eastern Conference. Miami has now won 6 games in a row and can rest key players in this game. They were labeled 1.5-point favorites in a 113-109 home win against the Hawks on Friday night. Miami has been a reliable squad to back, covering the spread in 6 consecutive games overall. The Orlando Magic conclude what's been a disappointing season. The good news is the young players gained valuable experience and they will receive a top draft pick to help the rebuild efforts. The Magic ended a 6-game slide with a home win over the Cavs earlier this week, but were labeled as 15-point dogs in a rough 128-101 road loss by the Hornets on Thursday. They have only covered the spread in 1 out of their last 5 games. The Heat have won the Eastern Conference, and this game is meaningless as a result. They will have the opportunity to rest key players for the first round next week. The Magic are at home where they tallied a 120-115 home win over the Cavaliers in their previous home action. Furthermore, the Magic have contained Miami, limiting the Heat to an average of only 105 points in the 3 meetings this season. The Heat have squandered an average of 110.5 points in their last 4 games. And our second pick is under the total. And here is why. Miami has nothing to play for in this game as they have already clinched the Eastern Conference. In their last game against Atlanta, they used a big third quarter to secure the win as they outscored the Hawks 35-26. In the game, they were led by Bam Adebayo, who dropped 24 points, while Jimmy Butler had 20 points and Kyle Lowry added 16. Off the bench, Tyler Herro had 15, while Gabe Vincent chipped in with 11. Orlando will finish last in the East and possibly tied for the worst record in the league as they host Miami on Sunday. In their game against Charlotte, they were outscored 40-22 in the second quarter and 31-19 in the fourth in the blowout loss. In the game, they were led by Chuma Okeke who dropped 20, while Mortis Wagner had 17, and off the bench, RJ Hampton, Ignaz Brazdeikis, and Devin Kennedy all had 12. Philadelphia 76ers vs Detroit Pistons. Philadelphia minus 15.5 points. And here is why. The Detroit Pistons are averaging 104.8 points on 43.1% shooting and allowing 112 points on 47.1% shooting. Jerami Grant is averaging 19.2 points and 4.1 rebounds, while Cade Cunningham is averaging 17.3 points and 5.5 assists. Saddiq Bey is the third double-digit scorer, and Marvin Bagley III is grabbing 6.8 rebounds. The Detroit Pistons are shooting 32.8% from beyond the arc and 78% from the free throw line. The Detroit Pistons are allowing 36.3% shooting from deep and are grabbing 43 rebounds per game. The Pistons have been pesky since the All-Star break will be giving a few playoff-bound teams a hard time, but that was not the case on Friday night as they were demolished by Milwaukee. It was over from the opening quarter with Milwaukee building a 38 lead before going into cruise control to keep the Pistons at bay the rest of the night. Philadelphia still has a shot to move up to the East number 3 seed in the regular season finale after taking care of business against the Pacers on Saturday. It was all 76ers early as they took a 37-23 lead after the first quarter, and the Pacers eventually ran out of steam after cutting it all the way to 5 in the third quarter. Even though the Pistons have generally been the better bet against the spread, there's a huge motivation difference here, with Detroit sending a limited squad and Philadelphia still playing for seeding. Philadelphia will want to put this one away early with the playoffs ahead, and the injury report tilts things massively in the healthy 76ers' favor. The reasons Detroit has been better in the second half of the season are Cunningham's development, plus the addition of Bagley III, but with both likely to sit on Sunday in addition to the likes of Grant and Diallo already being out, there's not a lot of firepower here. While the defense hasn't been as bad for Detroit, its main strength has been forcing turnovers, which gets neutralized here somewhat, with the 76ers offense ranking 7th in turnover rate. Philadelphia's offense has gradually climbed to 12th in rating, with Embiid on a mission to destroy opponents to further his MVP case, and he should live on the line, as the Pistons' defense is dead last in free throw rate allowed. Detroit has generally been a pain for the 76ers in previous matchups, but just has too many crucial players out on Sunday to keep up. And our second pick is over the total, and here is why. It would be an understatement to say that the Detroit Pistons need to improve offensively in the offseason, as they are 28th in the NBA, with 104.8 points per game, and 24th in the league, with 23.4 assists per game. However, rookie point guard Cade Cunningham has been doing well as he is leading the team with 17.4 points, but needs to work on having a consistent shot at the NBA level. If the Pistons want to step up and win this game, they are going to need to improve quickly on the offensive side of the game. Despite possessing a team with two incredible scorers in their starting lineup, the Philadelphia 76ers have been a below-average offensive team this year. They are 20th in the sport with 109.6 points per game and 23rd with 23.5 assists per game. Center Joel Embiid has been in the top discussions for the NBA MVP award this season, as he is leading the league with 30.4 points, while adding 11.6 rebounds and 1.5 blocks per game. If he can continue to dominate, it will be difficult to picture them getting upset. Minnesota Timberwolves vs Chicago Bulls. Our first pick is Minnesota Timberwolves minus 6.5 points. And here is why. The Chicago Bulls are averaging 111.7 points on 48% shooting and allowing 111.4 points on 47.1% shooting. DeMar DeRozan is averaging 28 points and 5 assists, while Zach LaVine is averaging 24.7 points and 4.6 rebounds. Nikola Vucevic is the third double-digit scorer, and Lonzo Ball is dishing 5.1 assists. The Chicago Bulls are shooting 36.8% from beyond the arc and 81.3% from the free throw line. The Chicago Bulls are allowing 36.4% shooting from deep and are grabbing 42.4 rebounds per game. Sure, they could somehow find a way to climb back up, but it's a long shot hope, especially if the team enters the postseason on a 5-game losing streak. They dropped their fourth straight loss in a 133-117 beating at the hands of the Charlotte Hornets on Friday. Karl Anthony Towns is listed as out, and D'Angelo Russell is questionable to play in Sunday's game. However, unfortunately for the Bulls, they'll still have to deal with the same Anthony Edwards that just dropped 49 points on the San Antonio Spurs. The Minnesota Timberwolves are averaging 115.8 points on 45.7% shooting and allowing 112.8 points on 45.8% shooting. Karl Anthony Towns is averaging 24.6 points and 3.6 assists, while Anthony Edwards is averaging 21.1 points and 3.8 assists. D'Angelo Russell is the third double-digit scorer, and Malik Beasley is grabbing 2.9 rebounds. The Minnesota Timberwolves are shooting 35.8% from beyond the arc and 77.9% from the free throw line. The Minnesota Timberwolves are allowing 34.8% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.4 rebounds per game. The Timberwolves aren't exactly pumping the brakes in their regular season finale like most teams. Anthony Edwards, who just dropped 49 points on the San Antonio Spurs, is expected to suit up to play in this game, and the team will also have Malik Beasley on the floor. Even without Karl Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell, that's more than enough firepower to do some serious damage to the slumping Bulls. Not only are the Bulls struggling, but they'll be missing all of their starters in this game. They won't have the prolific offensive efforts of DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine to hide the fact that they're the 23rd ranked team in defensive efficiency. The Bulls are all in on packing things in and preparing for the postseason. They've lost their last 4 straight games, and they'll be closing out the regular season portion of their schedule on the road against an inter-conference opponent. This doesn't feel like a game they're locked in to win. With the way they've struggled in recent outings, they'd probably still be in trouble, even if they had their starters on the court. And our second pick is over 230.5 points. And here is why. Every team starts the playoffs with a blank slate, but it's going to be tough for the Bulls to entirely put the way this season has ended behind them. For most of the way they were battling for position among the top 4 teams in the Eastern Conference, but a disastrous 21-game stretch that has seen them get only 5 victories will have them starting the playoffs on the road and facing off in a first-round matchup against either Boston or Milwaukee. They have gotten blown out in their last 4 games, losing by a margin of at least 16 in each contest, and the fact that 2 of those losses came against Boston and Milwaukee doesn't do much for their confidence heading into the postseason. Minnesota was a strong team all season long, but unlike the Bulls they have taken the opposite path and finished up playing some of their best ball of the season. They entered their 50th game of the season under .500 at 24-25, but have played extremely well since going 22-10 to grab a firm hold on the top seat in the play-in tournament. They can't achieve anything else in the regular season, so it is possible they will give their regulars some rest as they prepare to take on the Clippers on Tuesday. Disclaimer: no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.